Hi everyone, welcome to Latinx Pilates. My name is Marisol, and in today's class we're going to be doing a multi-level full body workout using the exercise ball. Now there's a bunch of different names for this particular ball. I'll go ahead and link where I got it down below in case you want to purchase something similar or at least see the details of this specific ball. But before we get started with the class, I wanted to give a very special shout out to a very special subscriber of mine, Lindsay Jeans Shaw, who not only is she a subscriber, but she's also a really dear friend of mine in real life. And as I was looking through the channel and the video comments, I just kept seeing her comments pop up and just reminding me how supportive of a friend she really is, not just because she watches my videos or comments, or not just because I work with her in real life, but just because she's always been a really great friend to me and a really special person inside and out. So Lindsay, this class is for you. Now, before we get started, we are gonna need just a little bit of space, maybe a wall or something to hold on to, because we're gonna be dealing with a little bit of balance. So again, grab your ball, grab your pillow, you can use as well, and if you don't have any of those, then don't worry about it. Do the exercises without. All right, let's go ahead and get standing. Now, when I stand, you're not really gonna see my upper body. That's okay, you just need to see my legs. We're gonna place the ball in between my inner thighs, just above the knees, a little bit closer to my hips. Feet about hip width distance apart. Hands can go on my hips, although I'm gonna put one hand on the wall just for a little bit, and then make sure most of your weight is on your heels. Bend the knees, lower the hips down, go down to where you can, try to find your balance point, and then come all the way up to standing. All right, now I'm gonna put my hands together. This is actually probably my favorite position with the hands, and go down to where it feels comfortable for you. As we're doing these first few reps, allow your body just some time to get adjusted to this movement, especially if this is your first time exercising today, your first time moving. I suggest you start with a little bit of a breath pattern. So let's try inhaling down and exhaling to come up as we press the heels into the floor. Let's go for 8. You can go at the speed that you like. If you want to take it slow, you can. If you want to go a little bit quicker, you can. For 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Come up onto your toes. This is where you'd want to hold onto a wall if you need to. Hands on your hips and bend the knees. Lower the hips down to where you can, and then come all the way up. Bend the knees, lower down, and come all the way up. Now, as you're doing this, notice, is your weight mostly on your pinky toes? Can we get most of your weight on your big toe? And then also ask yourself, could you go down lower for these last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, waiting for that next song, last 3, 2, 1, rest the heels down. Awesome. All right, now from here, we're gonna bring the heels together, kind of start with the knees bent a little bit, make sure the heels are touching, and we're gonna come up onto our heels, making sure the heels are still touching. Now I'm gonna waddle my way back to where I was so I can hold onto that wall. Now, when you bend your knees, try not to separate your knees out any further away, or else you're gonna drop that ball. But when you come up to standing, squeeze that ball. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale, exhale. If you hear me out of breath, it's just because talking and moving tends to be a lot sometimes. Good, everyone. Let's go for 8. Squeeze those heels nice and tight the whole time. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the heels down. Separate your feet, I would say about hip-width distance apart. Toes and knees pointing to the outer diagonal. So if I were to face you, these would be the outer diagonals. Now from here, the ball reaches forward. Heels are flat. When you're ready, lower the hips down, bend the knees, reach those arms up and overhead, and come up. Again, I apologize for that weird camera angle. I know it's strange that you can't see my upper body, but that's all right. I'm gonna focus on those legs. Inhale down, exhale to lift. Really make sure that those heels are pressing into the floor a little bit harder. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the feet together. All right, parallel position, toes and knees pointing straight forward. Inhale, bring that ball up and overhead, stretch up to the ceiling with the whole body. Exhale, dive the hands forward and down to the floor, round the spine, reach down. Good, from here, you're gonna place the blue ball in between the ankles. Hold it, arms reaching down to the floor, gently nod the head yes. Gently nod the head no. All right, from here, you're gonna walk your hands back. If you need to bend your knees, you can, and try to waddle your feet back. All right, from this position, all we're gonna do is inhale, hold, exhale, press the hips up and back. Inhale, hold. Song, trying to speed up our pace a little bit, trying to warm up the body. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the hips up and back, press the heels down as much as you can towards the floor, stretching out those calves, the back side of your legs. Hold it here. Bend the knees, lower them down to the floor, press the hips back, stretch the arms in front of you into a rest pose. Good, everyone, hold it here. Enjoy this position. Take big, deep inhales and exhales. Feel the ribs expand out to the sides. All right, from here, grab the ball. We're gonna sit on our hips, stretch the legs in front of you. So we're sitting up really tall. All right, from here, you're gonna take the ball, place it behind your low back, kind of almost shoving it underneath your hips a little bit so that it stays in place. All right, from here, reach the arms straight forward, sitting up tall again. You can point the toes or flex the feet as long as you're pressing your legs down into the floor. That's all I want. Reach those arms forward, sit up tall, lean back, almost as if you're pressing the low back into the ball, but don't curve the spine just yet. Lengthen the spine, hold it there. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, round the arms forward. Keep that diagonal. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reach forward to the toes, stretch out that low back. You can grab onto any part of the leg that feels good to you. Now, from here, we're gonna sit up really tall. Make sure that the ball is still wedged underneath your hips a little bit so that it stays in place. Let's bring the forearms on top of one another. From here, curve the spine, pull the waist back. Hold it here, hold it here. And now from here, press the low back only into that ball. Everything else stays pretty lifted. Now from here, we're gonna press the low back deeper into the ball and then inhale, lift. Back a few inches, inhale, lift a few inches. Good. Remember, it doesn't matter if you're pointing or flexing your feet. I will say, however, that flexing the feet almost feels like a little bit more control, in my opinion, Although I like to point my toes, that's just what feels natural to me. Let's go for 4. 3. Oh, I love this song. Last 2. 1. Hold it back. Now from here, exhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the knee as if we're touching the forearm. Stretch it out and lower. Left leg, lift, bend, extend, lower. Lift, bend, extend, lower. We've got this, team. Lift, bend, extend, lower. Now, could we add some rotation to this movement so those obliques wake up? Bend the right knee, bring it in, and think left elbow to right knee. Bring it back to center, do the same thing other side. All right, use your breath. I like to inhale as I rotate, exhale as I extend and lower. With control at all times. Let's go for 5. Press your low back into that ball. Last 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. And come up to seated. Reach the arms forward. Lengthen the low back. Hold it here. All right. And grab that ball with one hand. Wedge it in between the ankles. Hold it here for me. All right, now with the legs straight, try flexing the feet for this one and press your heels down. Reach the arms forward, sit up tall, and exhale, pull the waistline back, slowly roll on down. Inhale, reach up and over. Stretch, inhale, and exhale, arms down, chest lift. Come up to seated. Good. And exhale, pull the waistline back. Inhale, reach up and over. And exhale, arms down, chest lift. Reach it on up. And again, let's try that 2 more times. Last one. And arm up. I don't know if my mic is rubbing on my arm or not. I apologize for the sound quality today. Reach the arms up and overhead. Hold it here. All right, from here, we're going to be placing the left leg on top of the ball and then the right leg. And almost keeping the legs pretty light on the ball, not squishing too much. Reaching the arms up and overhead, or just up to the ceiling, actually. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, arms down, chest lift. Hold it here. All right, from this position, we're going to pump those arms 1 inch up, 1 inch down. As we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raise one leg. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. Lower. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping light on that ball. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And reach the arms up. Awesome, everyone. Go ahead and bend those knees. Drag that ball in closer to your hips. We're going to place the ball now in between the inner thighs. All right, so once we're in this position, hands pressed down by your sides. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the ball just a tiny bit. Press the heels into the floor. Lift your hips up into a bridge. Hold it up here. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Let's just do a few of these. Again, pressing the heel into the floor. Exhale to lift those hips up into your bridge. Inhale to lower down. Remember, we don't want the knees to come too wide apart from one another. That's why the ball is there. We want to keep just a gentle squeeze on the ball. Nothing too crazy. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Last one, and then we're going to hold it up at the top. Exhale to lift. Hold it here. And exhale, squeeze the ball as long as it takes you to exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze the ball, hold, finish your exhale, inhale, release. And let's continue. As you do that, make sure to squeeze the living daylights out of that ball, making sure the inner thighs are working a little bit. Keep the hips lifted. Try to make sure that the hip bones are getting a little bit closer to your rib cage, so we try to make that distance a little bit smaller between those 2 points. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and slowly lower the spine back down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to take that ball, place it in between your ankles one last time. Reach the legs up to the ceiling. Now, if you need to modify this one, you can always bend the knees. Regardless, we're all going to do the same thing. Press all 10 fingers into the floor. Lean your legs over to the right for a little twist. Hold it here and exhale, squeeze the ball, bring the legs back. Again to the left-hand side, lean your legs over to the left. Exhale, squeeze the ball, bring everything back. Good, let's go for 5. Last 4, making sure the rotation comes from the waistline. Think about almost pressing the back of your shoulders into the floor as you rotate your legs from side to side. Let's go for 5. Use your breath. Last 4. 3. And 2. Woo. Last one. This feels so good on the back. And come back to center. Bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest, hands on top of your shins and your knees. Inhale, exhale, lift the neck and shoulders for a little chest lift. Think forehead to knees as much as you can. When you're ready, inhale, extend the arms and legs away from each other, squeeze the ball, and exhale, round the arms back in. Inhale, extend, exhale, bring it back in. Let's go for just a few more hours. You can always make this more challenging by going down a little lower with the legs, lifting the chest a little bit higher as well. So let's go for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hug the knees to the chest, hold it here. Head. Let me fix my waistband here. And if you can, let's bring the legs to tabletop. This is option number 1, but let's all do it. Lower the toes down, tap the mat, exhale, lift. Lower the toes, tap the mat, exhale, lift. If you need to rest the upper body down, you can, but let's try to challenge ourselves with this one. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted if possible. Now, if you like this variation, stay here, or you can straighten the legs, lower down to an angle, and then exhale, flex the feet, lift. Up to you. Let's go for 5. Waiting for that next one, next song to come on. Last 4. Good, and 3. And 2. And 1. Hug the knees into the chest, hold it here. Now place the feet flat on the floor, arms again down by your sides. Actually, you know what? Let's reach the arms up to the ceiling. Lift the heels so it's just the toes on the floor. Oh, and I almost forgot. Bring the ball in between the inner thighs. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, slowly curl the hips up into your bridge. Second set of bridges here, and lower the hips down. Now with the heels lifted, it gives you more range of motion for your spine to move. Remember that you can do this with a flat back, or lowering and lifting the back piece by piece. Arms straight up to the ceiling. You're pressing the back of your shoulders into the floor as you do this. Trying to get those hips up super duper high. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one. We're gonna hold those hips up at the top. Pause here. All right, get settled in because we're gonna hold this position and keep the hips really high. Lower the heels down as if you're gonna tap the mat and then lift right away. Lower and lift. I do realize I'm wearing black on a black mat, so you might not be able to see the lift in my heels very clearly, but as we lift, I'm going to my highest point, and I'm also making sure that it's my big toe and second toe that carry most of my weight. Engage the inner thighs just a little bit more so that we feel that ball get a tiny bit smaller. Let's go for 5. 4, try not to drop the hips. 3. Woo, last 2. I forgot how much I like this one. Last one. We're gonna lift the heels up, hold it here. Good. Now exhale, squeeze that ball, inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, release. Keeping those arms strong to the ceiling, making sure that our shoulders carry most of our upper body weight. Let's go for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower the spine back down. Great job, team. Open those arms out wide to the side. Let your knees rest to the right just for a moment. Creating a little bit of rotation. Come back to center, do the same thing to the left. All right, come back to center, grab that ball, and let's lay onto our sides. Getting ready for a little bit of side work here. The ball is gonna go underneath the lowest rib. Your forearm is gonna go down on the floor, bottom knee bent, top leg lifted. Now what does the top arm do? It's got a few different options. You can place a hand behind the head. It's my favorite, hand on your hip or on the floor. Now, let's get going. Flex the top foot, reach the foot forward, inhale. Exhale, point the foot, pull it back. Now, if you like to do the OG exercise and kick 2 times forward and pull the leg back, go for it. But for those newbies out there, make sure that you just try to move your leg while keeping the torso somewhat still, allowing for a little bit of freedom of movement, but not too much. Stay in control. Now, why is the ball here, you might ask? Is it to help us stay lifted? Not leaning on the ball. We're gonna try to stay light off of the ball as much as we can. Shoulders away from the ears, not drooping down. Let's go for 8. 7. Try not to drop that leg going forward or going back. 6. 5. 4. We've got this, team. Last 3, keep that leg super lifted, waistline lifted off of that ball as much as possible. Last 2. And last 1, pull that leg back. Flex the foot, take the top hand, reach it forward at a diagonal, like you're stretching the arm in like an opposite direction. Now bend the top knee, bring it in, and reach the top hand to the heel. Think back of the heel. Keep the knee lifted. When you're ready, reach and stretch in opposite directions, and then pull it in. Reach and stretch in opposite directions, and pull it in. Good. We've got this. Just a few more. When the top knee bends to come in front of the body, usually this is what happens. The bottom dips down towards the floor, and that'll actually get rid of some of that work we're trying to build up. So make sure you're not doing that. Let's go for 8. 7. 6. 5. Waistline off the ball, last 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring it in, hold it here, and stretch that leg out. I'm gonna take my top hand, place it on the floor. We're gonna do tiny circles to the back. Steady or a little bit quicker is fine. Now think about your upper body posture. Could we lift the waist up a little bit more? Could we lift the leg up a little bit more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the leg down. Come up to kneeling position before we do the other side. And that same leg that was stretched out to the side is gonna stretch out now. Only this time, we're gonna stay on the floor. All right, try to keep your heel off of the floor if possible, but if you need to rest it down, go ahead. Hands on the ball, elbows out to the side. Inhale, lean over like you're tilting a teapot over to its side, and then exhale, squeeze and come up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, squeeze and come up. Awesome, everyone. Try to keep some lightness on the toes of the leg that's stretched out. So in this case, this is actually my left leg. So I'm gonna keep my left leg nice and light, only using it for a little bit of balance help, especially because we're putting all of our weight on that knee. Now I want you to ask yourself, what could I do to make this more challenging? Does that mean squeezing the ball a little bit harder? Does that mean focusing on my breath? Or might that mean going down a little lower and coming up? It's up to you. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Now before we do sideline work on the other side, let's go ahead and just change the knee. Opposite leg out to the side. Same thing with the arms. We're going to inhale over. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale over. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Beautiful, everyone. Get down a little lower. Remember, you can go lower or you can stay lifted. It's going to give you a different feeling throughout this workout, but you get to make the decision. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Beautiful. Bring the knees together. Now we're going to go ahead and do sideline work on the other side. Remember, the ball goes underneath the low rib. We're on our forearm. Bottom knee is bent. Top leg is lifted. When you're ready, we're going to flex that top leg, reach it forward. Inhale to pull it back. Flex the foot, reach it forward. Inhale to pull it back. We've got this, team. Try to keep the leg lifted. Remember, the tendency here is to lower the leg, especially on the way back. So try not to dip it down, try to keep it lifted. If you have a mirror in front of you, I always find that that's super helpful, even if it's a small mirror. As long as you can kind of see your torso a little bit and part of your leg, that's usually a good amount. Just to give yourself some feedback, especially because I can't see you, we're not doing this live. Let's go ahead and continue for 5, 4, 3, and then we're going to go into those really feel good stretches. Last one. I call it a stretch. It feels a little bit more like work, I would imagine. Now reach the top arm forward. Give yourself a really big stretch here. Flex the back foot, bend the knee, bring it in, and reach to touch the back heel. Remember, keep the knee lifted, don't droop it down. And again, stretch. Bring it back. If in doubt, you can always think about lifting the back knee a little bit higher when it bends. Kind of going with the rhythm of the song. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in halfway, hold it there, hand on the floor, and then little circles towards the back. Oh my goodness, I always forget how tough these are. Let's go for 8, 7. Think about the waistline on that ball. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs down. Good job, everyone. From here, let's take advantage of this position and come down onto the bellies. All right, ball is in front of you. Both hands on top of that ball. Look down to the floor. Inhale here. Exhale all the air out. Stretch out those legs. Inhale again. Lift the chest. Look forward. You're going to slightly roll the ball back towards you, keeping the hands pressing them into that ball. And then exhale. Slowly reach forward. Inhale to lift the back. And exhale. Reach forward. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, moving the spine a little bit more every time. Last two. Last one. And rest the forearms down. We're gonna take that ball, bend the knees, and place the ball in between the ankles if you can reach that far back. You can also do this without the ball. Forearms down on the floor, interlace the fingers. Now this is option number one. It's a little bit more advanced. A way that you can modify is rest your head on top of your hands, looking down to the floor or looking straight forward. Squeeze the glutes, lift the knees an inch off of the mat, and then relax. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You don't have to squeeze the ball, I just want you to hold on to it. The feet are flexed so that it feels as though the bottoms of the feet are gonna press flat up to the ceiling above you. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold the next one up. Knees stay lifted. Now we're going to squeeze the ball a little bit. Inhale, release. Now if you don't want to squeeze the ball, you just want to keep the knees lifted, that's up to you. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax the legs down. All right, tuck your toes underneath your heels, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, push yourself up and away and press the hips back into a child's pose. Hold it here. Good. All right, let's get rid of that ball. Let it roll off to the side. Come back onto your hands and knees, shoulders over the wrist, and knees back a little bit further away from the hands. We're gonna go into some modified push-ups here. If you wanna go into full push-ups, you can, up to you. Let's bend those elbows, lower the chest down, and press away. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Press the hips back. Rest pose for just a moment. Second and last set. We're going to come back to our plank position or modified push-up position. Bend the elbows out wide to the side. 5 push-ups. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the hips up and back into your pike position, otherwise known as downward dog. Hold it here and press your hips down towards the floor to stretch out the back side of your body. Hold it. Walk your hands back to your feet. Gently nod your head yes. Gently nod your head no. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend the knees. Tuck the tailbone. Slowly curl on up, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Beautiful, everyone. And you guys are all set to go. Thank you so much for joining me in this short but sweet class, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you feel better and ready to take on your day or ready to wind down, either one. Let me know in the comments down below how you felt after taking the class. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you in my next class.